Heemin Gardens, Eversun Gardens, Red May... Oh, wait, what? Hoarfrost Gardens!
Did you say Whore Island? I'm Spartacus.
He's lying! I'm Spartacus!
Pioneerland. Town of the Olive People.
So the game starts off with a pretty robust character creator. You can even give yourself heterochromia. But when making your character, do not, and I repeat, do not neglect the bearing. I mean, you only got 2 choices, but think long and hard before you lock that one in, because it'll change absolutely nothing later on. Okay, so your character has heard the story of your grandpa, who went with some of his buddies and made a town. And your character wants more than anything to be just like your grandpapa and live in the Olive Town. So you select your bearing, hop aboard your moped, and drive off to Olive Town. Unfortunately, your moped breaks down, but fortunately, it did manage to carry you to the Town of the Olives, where you meet the mayor. And you know he's the mayor because of his bearing.
And now I'm just standing here with my hand on my suspenders like,
A fine day for mayoring!
this is a fine mess of turnips we've gotten ourselves into!
And rather quickly, we're dropped into playing. No lengthy tutorials, maybe a few tips popped up on the screen, but I can't read. So before long, I was smacking down trees, hacking up weeds, and planting down seeds. Also, pro tip, you could probably get the chicken coop up and running on the first day. 20 logs, 20 rocks, and 30 grass is very doable. There's even a wild chicken out and about that you can tame, leaving all of your money for seeds. And there's a lot of seeds to choose from. You'll unlock more as you play, but there's also a flower shop that adds in even more crops to grow. It's a lot to take in, but it also gives you a lot to master. Alright, but that's not all you gotta do on day 1. Most importantly is you gotta go meet the townies, and I gotta say, we got a great cast of mustache bros around here. But we also got the marriage candidates, and for me, it was a clear-cut winner. The second I saw her, I knew that Beth was gonna be... Where's the little bachelorette heart thingy? Oh my gosh, it's the Illuminati thing all over again! It's fine though, because another certified babe is Katrina and... Where's the... Oh my gosh. Fine, Jean! Are you serious? Oh my gosh, the top 5 women in this game aren't even bachelorettes. And these are just the craft singles we're talking about. Don't get me started on my choices if infidelity was in this game. What about the hot guys in this game? Dang it! As for the real choices, these people are... Wow. I gotta say, I cannot wield the Monado because I'm not really feeling it. Fortunately for me, I waited until August to play this game because Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town added in some DLC. And I am proud to say that it does not feel like content was carved out of the main game and then sold back to you in chunks. It's more like a malignant growth, a part of the body that really has no business being there and causes nothing but heartache. And to be fair, it does add new bachelors and bachelorettes. I don't know how females felt about the selection of guys back in Olive Town, but now you got Neil. I don't even need to mention the other guys, because now you got Neil. Heck, even I considered going after Neil. But the add-ons for the bachelorettes are Felicia from New Beginnings, Lizette from Trio of Towns, and Iris from Story of Seasons. However, I missed all of the games from the 3DS, so all of these are new to me. I mean, there's no stand-out girl, but I do like them better than the Olive Town pickings. So I'll just give gifts to all of them and see if through their heart events, you know, some standout personalities can kind of bloom. Alright, so you have tons of goals and things to do in this game, and all of them feed into each other quite nicely. For example, over there is a bombed out bridge that you're supposed to repair using logs and stones, which will let you get into an area with even better logs and stones. It even includes a barn and a free Bessie. Repairing all of these rewards and the progression that comes with them is just golden. And on top of the farm, you also get to help revitalize the town. And a big thing that the town people want is terrorism. Oh, yeah, sorry, no, that is tourism. Tourism. We want tourists. Oh, okay, a little bit of terrorism as well. Every so often, the mayor will ask you for an item to give him that will help the town look better. In addition to that, you also get daily requests from the townspeople for some much-needed early game cash. And at first, I thought I disliked this system more than Stardew Valley because the board was all the way at the back of the town, but I could actually get back there quicker than in the valley, and you turn the quest into the board rather than tracking down the residents. So I really like this. Actually, this game has a ton, and I mean a ton, of quality of life improvements compared to other farm-type games. As a matter of fact, I would not recommend that this be your first story of seasons game, because all others will seem clunky by comparison. Like sidestepping, you can enter shops on days even when they're closed. We've got immortal animals, instantly completed tool and house upgrades, and by far, tool charging. A max charge only takes 1 second rather than going one level at a time, and being able to move while charging. Oh my, I can move while charging. I can get in position for the next volley of like water while I'm getting it ready. I love this so much. Heck, as far as I'm concerned, this game is competing with Animal Crossing too, and the museum is kind of fun. You turn in treasures and fish, but they only have like 5 models for when the fish is displayed. And I don't expect anyone to compete with the New Horizons Aquarium that is one of the most visually appealing things in all of video games. But just having like 5 catch-all sprites? Oh man, if only you had an art asset for the tilapia. You could just crank the blue on that and put a wave distort. However, this game blows Animal Crossing out of the water with one military-grade weapons improvement. Because... check this out. However, there are some downsides. For example, Story of Seasons, Pioneers of Olive Town has the downright worst festivals I have ever partaken in, early on at least. In spring, we had the egg hunt. Oh, they're gonna cut the hunt from Stardew Valley as well? That's fine, it was pretty fun. Nope, it's a friggin' cutscene. You can have the cutscene with your significant other, but I highly doubt you can pull that off by spring 15th. So you get saddled with the brats instead. And the next festival also ticked me off. It's the pet race. So I don't have a house that can support a pet yet. So they let me take a rental. It's better than anything in town. I'm mad that I won, because I've never won these festivals in the past. But then by using the default thing, I kicked tail. But then when I actually used my pet next year, I got steamrolled. My guess for this though is that the money is always at a premium, especially in the first year, and the cash injection on the last day of spring is so that you can actually buy summer seeds. However, since we're stepping into summer, I'll show you one thing that I did like about the DLC. You see, each DLC set came with costumes for the marriage candidates to wear. So in summer, everyone shall be wearing yukatas! And you just know that's somebody's fetish. Yeah, mine. Another costume they have is Sakuna, which is good because I'm planting rice!
My name is Princess Sakuna!
And in the summer, in addition to getting tons of new plant choices, the farm is invaded by a free selkie, a free sheep, and a free alpaca.
What's his name? Cusco!
Also, there's a lot more cutscenes in this game. It used to be the only time you could get a cutscene in these games is during a hard event, but it seems like almost every character here has a couple cutscenes related to them. I hated this one in particular. It's because Beth and Lars went on a date. I had to watch the girl of my dreams go on a date. And I also had to watch the man of my dreams go on a date. I'm just all sorts of shades of green right now. But in summer, the tomatoes came in so I can finally start heaping gifts onto the girls that I actually like. 2 chickens means that I can make 2 omelets for Lizette and Felicia, and I can make some tea for Iris. However, they aren't wearing yukatas. Really? I had to buy the girls and the ability to wear yukatas together, and they can't even have the decency to slip them into a light cotton kimono? I also unlocked an area with more trees, another mine, and more valuable resources, and some sweet farming buildings to rebuild. A silo, a beehive, a stable, a gosh dang hydroelectric plant. Wait, what? Okay, name one farm that doesn't have a hydroelectric plant. It's okay. I'll wait. We had a couple more festivals, like the Fireworks Festival, which you need a significant other if you don't want to be a complete loser at. They also had an actual minigame festival, the Barrel Toss. This one took actual skill. It was very tough. I love the award ceremony, though. Which one of these manly men among men is the manliest of them all? Yeah, it's the Soy Boy Beta Male. But now we're heading into fall, so those yukatas are being switched out for school uniforms. And you just know that that's somebody's fetish. Yeah, mine. Anyways, at this point, I read the instruction manual. By the way, shout out to Xseed for keeping the art of instruction manuals alive and well. And this manual is framed as the Olive Town Tourist Guide written by Laura, and it has little drawings of her throughout the thing, giving her thoughts on stuff, and I thought, oh, that's charming, and it gives her just enough personality. You know what, I'm gonna pivot over to Laura.
Not to mention the fact that her father has an amazing mustache.
And her favorite item is olive, which you can buy on the cheap, so I started giving her an olive daily. Her heart's just shot through the roof. I bought the confession pendant, and on the night of the Spirit Festival, I decided I was gonna confess. Especially since that's when her mother confessed to her father. Oh man, I am so romantic!
Sorry, I don't really want to talk about something like that today. How about another day?
When a woman says later, she really means not ever.
Yeah. This festival sucks too.
You know what is good though? The music! A really strong performance in this installment. I think my favorite is one of the Heart Event songs. It just goes so over the top. But there are a couple of songs that I feel are just like a little bit copyrighted. Not full-blown infringement, but whenever I hear these songs, I have words forced into my head, so now I'm gonna force them onto you as well, so I don't have to bear this burden alone. Ponyo, 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 fishy in the sea.
Well, you know that kings ain't stupid, but I ain't got a clue. Don't be cruel, Joseph. Tell Pharaoh what to do. Huh.
So at this point on, I'm closing in on the end game. I gotta get my final goals, you know, get married and restore that hydroelectric plant. And most of this stuff is pretty easily attained, except for that Archillium ore. For that stuff, I need to go to the 45th floor of the mines and pray to Harvest Goddess's spirit, the Harvest Spirit, that some spawns. Oh, let's talk about the Harvest Spirit. Okay, first off, you gotta make another little notch in the babes that you can't marry column, but she does help illustrate something that just shows that this game has one of the best gameplay systems I've ever seen in a video game. Okay, but first off, we gotta talk about the little Harvest Sprites as well. Just these little demon-looking things. You can actually go to their village and they'll give you stuff or whatever. But check it out, you've got all these choices in the game that feed into each other in a really organic way. So in these types of games, you do tasks, like digging up the ground to plant seeds, just smashing rocks, and you know, all of these actions benefit you. But in this game, you get a little bonus. You see, occasionally these little things will come out, which serve as two types of currencies. In the Sprite Village, you can assign them to the bigger sprites to get gifts for you. I chose the cooking sprite because full meals are great. Better than, you know, freaking grass. But you're also gonna get points that you can buy blessings from the goddess spirit or whatever. Make the farm ground more fertile, increase your stamina, unlock unicorn. The game doesn't even believe it. But with all that out of the way, we got to winter and I put all the marriage candidates in animal attire.
And you just know that that's somebody's fetish.
And now I'm at 10 hearts with all 3 girls. The heart events with Felicia were fun. We were trying to create the forbidden foods. Foods so delicious that they've been known to cause wars. Turns out that Dunhill made a list of foods that his wife was forbidden from ever concocting again. Lizette, like, read a book once. And Iris is a writer, but she showered my character with compliments. And as a guy, all I want to do is be complimented by her. So I decided to marry her. But I can't do it looking like this. Fortunately, black rabbits are now on my farm, but I need like 20 hunks of fur. So I spent a bad amount of money to speed up the process. Like, seriously, ill-advised. But then I put it in the machines and had Katrina throw together my outfit. I also got a buffalo, which by the way is my favorite animal. And I didn't really touch on the machines, but yeah, you can process mayonnaise, cheese, yogurt. It's really cool when you have multiple animals because goat milk can become 2 butters. Buffalo milk can become 2 cheeses. So I guess cows are for yogurt. By the way, does anybody know why I named my buffalo Play-Doh? But with my outfit coming together nicely, I can finally propose to Iris. Married life was great. until the day of the Ice Festival came up, and I immediately regretted my decision. You see, it's another one of those festivals where you can spend it with someone special. Iris doesn't leave the house. I will never spend a festival with her. I will always attend it alone. Yeah, seriously, the DLC was stapled on with no thought or care for the main experience. The extra areas in this game are simply prisons for the game's most popular marriage candidates. I don't mind DLC in my games, but this was just depressing. But as the year came to an end, I spent several days prepping for the new year. Moved the barns to an area which I covered with wood so the trees would no longer sprout. I mean, it might make it hard for the animals to graze, but that's more of a them problem. I tilled the land in the new area for the new crops in the new year. Check it out, strawberry fields forever. Oh my gosh, I didn't even talk about the camera. Yeah, okay, so they added a camera. The purpose is taking pictures of the wildlife for the museum, but I appreciate being able to see things from a first-person perspective. But it also allows people to share pictures that they take on the loading screens. Some of animals, some glitches, some of people's kids, and just a whole lot of creep shots. Mine is of my beehives and mushroom logs, and if you look really closely, you can see the stable that I never repaired.
Personally, I call it the unstable.
But after tons and tons of fun-filled hours, I finally have the resources to repair the hydroelectric plant. It was either that or the gorgeous house. Let's see it! 81 squares. I gave up 250 pieces of orchillium ore and 150 pieces of mirage lumber for 81 season-free squares? After tons and tons of fun-filled hours, I build the gorgeous house. I mean, if my wife is gonna be confined to this space, it may as well be nice. Alright, you have fun with that, Iris. I am going to the Garden of Whores.
I thought it was gonna be hot, but it just ended up being cold all year round.
So, that's Pioneer Land, town of the olive people.
If I'm being 100% honest, I'd probably say that this game is in my top 5 of this type of game. I absolutely loved it. Like, normally I don't like the 1 minute equaling 1 second time system. I feel the days just drag on a bit too long. But in this game, I was consistently burning the midnight oil. Managing all my resources, the progression is great. Truly, just a fantastic game. However, I wouldn't get the DLC unless you want to marry Neil. Which you do.
Hey guys, thanks for watching my videos. This is one of my favorite series, and I've got plenty of videos I've done on previous games, and there will definitely be more in the future, so subscribe. You know in March that I'm going to be playing Room Factory 5. I mean, have you seen the wolf chick?